In a serene pond nestled deep within the heart of the forest, lived a contented frog named Freddy. With his vibrant green skin and cheerful croak, Freddy was known as the happiest frog in the land. Every day, he would leap and bound through the water, his heart filled with joy. One sunny morning, as Freddy basked in the warm rays of the sun, he noticed a group of young tadpoles swimming nearby. They looked up at Freddy with wide eyes, curious about the world beyond their pond. "Good morning, little ones," called out Freddy, his voice filled with warmth. "What brings you to my pond on this fine day?" The tadpoles swam closer, their tails swishing with excitement. "We want to learn to leap like you, Freddy," exclaimed one of the tadpoles. "Will you teach us?" Freddy's heart swelled with pride at the tadpole's request. "Of course, I will," he replied, his eyes twinkling with enthusiasm. "But first, we must learn the most important lesson of all, the joy of being content with who we are." With that, Freddy led the tadpoles in a playful game of leapfrog, hopping from lily pad to lily pad with ease. He showed them how to use their powerful legs to propel themselves through the water, and how to find joy in each and every leap. As they frolicked and played, the tadpoles soon realized that the true secret to happiness lay not in the height of their leaps, but in the simple pleasure of being themselves. With each bound through the water, they felt a sense of contentment and joy wash over them, filling their hearts with happiness. And as the sun began to set and the stars twinkled overhead, Freddy knew that he had shared something truly special with the young tadpoles, the gift of contentment and the joy of frolicking in the pond. From that day on, the pond echoed with the sound of laughter and splashing as the frogs frolicked and played together, their hearts filled with the contentment that comes from embracing who they are. And Freddy, the contented frog, leapt and bounded with them, his heart overflowing with happiness and joy. In the heart of the African savanna, there roamed a majestic elephant named Alara. Towering above the trees, Alara was known as the compassionate elephant, admired by all for her gentle nature and boundless kindness. One hot summer day, as Alara strolled through the savanna, she stumbled upon a young antelope trapped in a thicket, its leg caught in a tangle of vines. The antelope cried out in distress, unable to free itself from the snare. Without hesitation, Alara approached the trapped antelope and lowered her trunk, gently nudging aside the vines with careful precision. With a gentle tug, she freed the antelope from its entanglement, setting it free to bound across the savanna once more. "Thank you, Alara," exclaimed the antelope, her eyes shining with gratitude. "You are truly the kindest elephant in all the land." Alara smiled warmly at the antelope and continued on her way, her heart swelling with happiness at having helped a creature in need. Little did she know, her act of kindness had not gone unnoticed. As word of Alara's compassion spread across the savanna, animals from far and wide came to seek her help. From the smallest insects to the mightiest lions, they all knew that Alara would do whatever she could to ease their suffering and bring comfort to their lives. And so, Alara became known as the gentle giant of kindness, revered by all who dwelled in the savanna for her selfless acts of compassion. Whether it was rescuing a stranded bird from a high branch or sharing her food with a hungry hyena, she was always there to lend a helping trunk. But perhaps the greatest gift Alara gave to the animals of the savanna was her unwavering kindness and understanding. She listened to their troubles and offered words of comfort, reminding them that they were never alone in their struggles. And as she roamed the savanna, her gentle footsteps leaving a trail of kindness in her wake, Alara knew that she had found her purpose in life to be a beacon of compassion and hope in a world that sometimes seemed dark and uncertain. And so, the legend of the compassionate elephant lived on in the hearts of all who dwelled in the African savanna, a reminder that even the mightiest of creatures can possess a heart as gentle as a feather, and that true strength lies not in power but in kindness. In the heart of a lush forest, where ancient trees whispered secrets to the wind and the sunlight danced upon the emerald leaves, there flowed a stream unlike any other. This was the Laughing Stream, known far and wide for its merry demeanor and contagious laughter. The laughing stream began its journey high in the mountains, where snow-capped peaks kissed the sky. From its humble beginnings, it tumbled and danced down the rocky slopes, glistening like a ribbon of silver in the sunlight. With each twist and turn, the stream's laughter echoed through the forest, filling the air with joy and vitality. Creatures of all shapes and sizes were drawn to the laughing stream, enchanted by its cheerful melody. Birds perched on overhanging branches, their songs blending harmoniously with the stream's laughter. Squirrels scampered along the banks, their tails switching with excitement as they chased one another in playful delight. But amidst the joyous commotion, there was one creature who felt out of place. A young turtle named Timmy watched from the riverbank, envious of the other animals' agility and grace. He longed to join in the fun, but his slow, steady pace made him feel inadequate. One day, as Timmy watched the birds flit and flutter above the laughing stream, he felt a pang of sadness. He wished he could experience the same sense of freedom and joy that they did. Determined to find his own happiness, Timmy summoned the courage to dip his toes into the sparkling water. To his surprise, the laughing stream welcomed Timmy with open arms, its gentle currents embracing him like an old friend. With each ripple and eddy, Timmy felt a sense of liberation wash over him. He realized that joy could be found not just in speed and agility, but in the simple act of movement itself. With newfound confidence, Timmy began to explore the stream, reveling in the sensation of water against his shell. He paddled and splashed, his laughter mingling with the stream's own merry chorus. And as he danced among the sun-dappled waves, Timmy discovered that true happiness came from within. From that day on, Timmy became a regular visitor to the laughing stream, his laughter blending seamlessly with its own. Together, they reveled in the joy of movement, embracing the simple pleasures of life with open hearts and boundless enthusiasm. And though Timmy may have been slower than the birds and squirrels that frolicked alongside him, he knew that his journey was just as meaningful. For in the laughter of the laughing stream, he had found a kindred spirit and a lifelong friend. And as they danced together beneath the canopy of trees, their laughter echoed through the forest, a testament to the joy of finding happiness in movement. In a lush garden filled with blooming flowers and buzzing bees, there lived a small but contented ladybug named Lily. With her bright red wings and cheerful spots, Lily brought joy wherever she went. And like other ladybugs who constantly search for the next best flower or the shiniest leaf, Lily found contentment in the simple pleasures of life. She believed that happiness wasn't found in material possessions but in the connections she made and the love she shared with others. One sunny morning, as Lily crawled among the leaves, she stumbled upon a group of ants working tirelessly to gather food for their colony. Intrigued by their industriousness, Lily decided to join them and lend a helping hand. With her tiny legs and gentle spirit, Lily proved to be a valuable addition to the ant colony. She helped them gather food, build shelters, and even offered words of encouragement when they felt tired or discouraged. As days turned into weeks, word of Lily's kindness spread throughout the garden, and animals of all shapes and sizes came to seek her out, hoping to share in her luck and happiness. But Lily knew that true happiness couldn't be bought or borrowed. It came from within, born out of gratitude and contentment for the blessings life bestowed upon her. One day, as Lily sat atop a sunflower, enjoying the warmth of the sun on her back, she was approached by a young caterpillar named Charlie. He admired Lily's bright colors and asked her how she managed to stay so cheerful all the time. Lily smiled and gently patted Charlie's back with her tiny wing. "Happiness isn't about having everything you want," she explained. "It's about appreciating what you have and finding joy in the simple things." Inspired by Lily's wisdom, Charlie decided to follow her example and embrace the spirit of contentment. Together, they spent the day exploring the garden, marveling at the beauty of nature and sharing laughter and stories along the way. And as they watched the sun dip below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of pink and gold, Lily and Charlie knew that true happiness wasn't found in the pursuit of perfection but in the acceptance of life's imperfections and the love and friendship they shared with each other. From that day forth, Lily continued to spread luck and happiness wherever she went, reminding all who crossed her path that true contentment comes from within, and that the greatest treasures in life are the ones we hold in our hearts. In a quiet village nestled by a serene river, there lived a wise old man known as Master Wu. Master Wu was renowned for his teachings on mindfulness and inner peace. One day, he decided to impart a special lesson to the village children using a simple paper boat. Master Wu gathered the children by the riverbank and unfolded a sheet of paper. With delicate folds and gentle creases, he transformed the paper into a small boat. The children watched in wonder as the paper boat took shape before their eyes. "This," said Master Wu, "is the Zen paper boat. It represents our journey through life." He gently placed the paper boat into the river and watched as it began to float downstream. The children followed its progress with eager eyes, their hearts filled with curiosity. "Life, like the river, is full of twists and turns," Master Wu explained. "There will be calm waters and rough currents, but it is how we navigate these waves that defines our journey." As the paper boat sailed on, it encountered obstacles, rocks, and branches that threatened to capsize it. But with each challenge, the paper boat adapted, gracefully maneuvering around obstacles and continuing on its path. Just as the paper boat adapts to the river's currents, Master Wu continued, so too must we adapt to life's challenges with resilience and grace. The children listened intently, absorbing Master Wu's wisdom like sponges. They understood that life was not always smooth sailing, but by embracing change and staying true to themselves, they could navigate even the stormiest seas. Finally, as the paper boat disappeared from view, Master Wu smiled at the children. "Remember, my dear ones," he said, "no matter where life's currents may take you, trust in your inner wisdom and let it guide you like the Zen paper boat, sailing through life's waves with calmness and grace." And with that, the children left the riverbank, their hearts light and their minds full of newfound understanding. For they knew that with mindfulness and resilience, they could navigate life's journey with ease, just like the Zen paper boat sailing gracefully through the river of time. In a tranquil garden tucked away from the bustling world, there lay a serene pond inhabited by a colorful school of koi fish. This pond was no ordinary body of water. It was known far and wide as the contented koi pond, where happiness flowed as freely as the rippling water. Amidst the lily pads and shimmering reflections, there lived a koi fish named Kai. Kai was known for his vibrant scales and cheerful demeanor, always spreading joy to his fellow fish with his playful antics and contagious laughter. One sunny morning, as Kai glided through the crystal-clear waters of the contented koi pond, he noticed a newcomer swimming hesitantly at the edge of the pond. It was a small goldfish named Lily, her scales dull and her fins drooping with uncertainty. Sensing Lily's unease, Kai swam over to her with a friendly smile. "Welcome to the contented koi pond," he exclaimed. "What brings you here today?" Lily glanced nervously around the pond, her eyes wide with apprehension. "I've heard tales of the happiness that fills this pond," she confessed, "but I'm not sure if I belong here." Kai chuckled warmly, his scales shimmering in the sunlight. "My dear Lily, happiness is not something you find. It's something you create within yourself," he explained. "Here in the contented koi pond, we embrace each moment with gratitude and joy, knowing that true happiness comes from within." With Kai's guidance, Lily began to explore the pond, her fins growing stronger with each stroke. She discovered the simple pleasures of gliding through the water, basking in the warmth of the sun, and sharing stories with her fellow fish. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, Lily found herself growing more content with each passing moment. She laughed and played with her newfound friends, her scales sparkling with newfound happiness and confidence. And as she gazed upon the tranquil waters of the contented koi pond, Lily realized that happiness wasn't just a destination to be reached. It was a journey to be embraced, filled with moments of joy and gratitude. From that day on, Lily swam through life with a heart full of happiness, knowing that as long as she had the love and friendship of her fellow fish, She would always be content in the waters of the contented goat pond, swimming in happiness for all eternity. In a quaint little village nestled between rolling hills and babbling brooks, there lay a magical garden where the most enchanting flowers bloomed. Among them were the joyful spring blossoms, a group of flowers that heralded the arrival of spring with their vibrant colors and sweet fragrance. One fine morning, as the sun peeked over the horizon, the joyful spring blossoms awakened from their winter slumber. Daisy, the cheerful leader of the blossoms, stretched her petals and exclaimed, "Spring is here, dear friends. It's time to bloom with renewed vigor and spread joy to all." With a chorus of giggles and rustling leaves, the blossoms greeted the day. Each blossom had its own unique charm. Violet, with her deep purple hue, was known for her wisdom. Lily, with her pure white petals, radiated kindness. And Rose, with her fiery red petals, symbolized passion. As the days passed, the joyful spring blossoms danced in the gentle breeze, soaking up the warm sunlight and nourishing rain. They shared stories of their winter adventures and dreams for the season ahead. One day, a young girl named Emily wandered into the garden. Her heart heavy with worries, she longed for a glimmer of hope. Surrounded by the vibrant blossoms, Emily felt a sense of peace wash over her. Daisy, sensing Emily's sadness, approached her with a gentle rustle. "Why so glum, dear child?" she asked, her voice like a soft melody. Emily sighed. "I'm worried about my sick grandmother. I don't know if she ever get better." The joyful spring blossoms exchanged knowing glances. They understood the power of hope and renewal. Violet stepped forward, her petals glowing with wisdom. "In every season of life, there is room for growth and healing," she said. "Just as we bloom in each spring, your grandmother can find strength and renewal within herself." Lily nodded in agreement. "And with love and support, anything is possible," she added, her voice filled with kindness. Inspired by the wisdom of the blossoms, Emily returned home with a newfound sense of hope. She spent precious moments with her grandmother, sharing stories and laughter. As the days turned into weeks, Emily's grandmother grew stronger, her spirit lifted by the love that surrounded her. In the garden, the joyful spring blossoms bloomed brighter than ever, their petals shimmering with joy. With each passing day, they reminded all who crossed their path that even in the darkest of times, there is always hope, and with hope comes renewal. And so, the garden echoed with laughter and song, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit and the everlasting beauty of spring's eternal renewal. In the heart of a dense forest, where sunlight filtered through the canopy of trees and birdsong filled the air, there lay a winding trail known as the Reflective Forest Trail. This trail was no ordinary path. It was said to hold the secrets of the forest and the wisdom of ages past. One sunny morning, a young fox named Finn set out on a journey along the Reflective Forest Trail. Troubled by questions that weighed heavily on his mind, Finn hoped that the trail would offer him the answers he sought. As Finn walked deeper into the forest, he marveled at the beauty of his surroundings, the rustling leaves, the babbling brooks, the dappled sunlight that danced upon the forest floor. Yet, despite the tranquility of the forest, Finn's mind was still clouded with doubt and uncertainty. Suddenly, Finn came upon a clearing in the forest, where a wise old owl perched upon a branch, its eyes sparkling with wisdom. Sensing Finn's inner turmoil, the owl spoke with a voice as gentle as the breeze. "Why do you seek answers outside yourself, young one?" the owl asked. "The true wisdom you seek lies not in the words of others, but within your own heart." Finn paused, pondering the owl's words. He realized that he had been looking for answers in all the wrong places, hoping that someone or something would provide him with the clarity he sought. But now, he understood that the answers he needed were already within him. He just needed to listen. With a newfound sense of purpose, Finn continued along the Reflective Forest Trail, his mind clear and his heart open. As he walked, he reflected on his own experiences and the lessons he had learned along the way. And with each step, Finn felt a sense of peace wash over him, as if the forest itself were whispering words of comfort and guidance. He knew that he didn't need to have all the answers right away. He just needed to trust in himself and have faith that everything would unfold as it was meant to. As the sun began to set and the forest grew quiet, Finn emerged from the reflective forest trail with a renewed sense of purpose and a deeper understanding of himself. He realized that the journey of self-discovery was an ongoing process, and that the true beauty of life lay in embracing the unknown and finding joy in the journey itself. And so, with a grateful heart and a clear mind, Finn set off into the world, ready to face whatever challenges lay ahead, knowing that he carried the wisdom of the reflective forest trail within him, guiding him on his path to self-discovery and fulfillment. In a lush valley nestled between towering mountains and cascading waterfalls, there existed a place of profound tranquility known as the Whispering Valley. Here, the gentle breeze carried whispers of wisdom from nature itself, guiding those who ventured into its embrace. One bright morning, a young deer named Lily found herself drawn to the allure of the Whispering Valley. Curious and eager to explore, she ventured deeper into its heart, her ears perked up to catch the faint murmurs that danced upon the breeze. As Lily trotted along the valley's winding paths, she encountered a wise old tree with gnarled branches and roots that dug deep into the earth. The tree beckoned to Lily with a gentle rustle of leaves, inviting her to rest beneath its shade and listen to the secrets of the valley. "Dear Lily," whispered the wise old tree, "in the quiet embrace of the Whispering Valley, you will find the answers you seek." Intrigued by the tree's words, Lily settled herself beneath its branches, allowing the gentle rustle of leaves and the soothing hum of insects to wash over her. With each passing moment, she felt a sense of peace settle within her, as if the very essence of the valley were seeping into her soul. Suddenly, a gentle voice echoed through the valley, carrying with it words of wisdom and guidance. It was the voice of the river, flowing gracefully through the valley, its waters shimmering in the sunlight. "Flow with the currents of life, dear Lily," murmured the river. "Embrace change, and you will find strength in your journey." Inspired by the river's wisdom, Lily felt a sense of clarity wash over her. She realized that life was like the river, ever-changing, yet constant in its flow. With each twist and turn, she would navigate the currents with grace and resilience, knowing that every obstacle was an opportunity for growth. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the valley was bathed in the warm glow of dusk, Lily emerged from the Whispering Valley with a newfound sense of purpose and understanding. She knew that the whispers of wisdom she had heard would guide her on her journey, leading her towards a future filled with possibility and wonder. And though she would venture far from the Whispering Valley, its echoes of wisdom would forever resonate within her heart, reminding her of the beauty and majesty of nature and the profound lessons it had to teach to all who listened. In a tranquil village nestled among rolling hills and blooming meadows, there lived an artist named Emiya. Emiya was known throughout the land for her mastery of the Zen stroke brush, a magical tool that imbued her paintings with life and meaning. Every morning, Emiya would rise with the sun and make her way to the quiet corner of her studio where her Zen stroke brush awaited. With a serene heart and a steady hand, she would dip the brush into vibrant colors and set to work, creating intricate patterns and mesmerizing scenes that captured the essence of the world around her. But May's paintings were more than just works of art. They were reflections of her soul and the wisdom she had gained through years of practice and meditation. Each stroke of the brush was imbued with intention, guided by the principles of mindfulness and harmony. One day, as Emiya painted beside a babbling brook, she noticed a young girl named Lynn watching her with wide-eyed wonder. Intrigued by May's skill and the beauty of her creations, Lynn approached her timidly, her curiosity piqued. Emiya smiled warmly at the young girl and invited her to join her in painting. With a gentle touch, she handed Lynn the Zen stroke brush, encouraging her to let go of her fears and allow her creativity to flow freely. At first, Lynn hesitated, unsure of her own abilities. But as she dipped the brush into the swirling colors and began to paint, she felt a sense of peace wash over her. With each stroke, she surrendered to the rhythm of the brush, allowing her imagination to guide her hand. Together, MEI and Lynn painted side by side, lost in the beauty of the moment and the joy of creation. The colors danced across the canvas like butterflies in flight, weaving together to form a tapestry of dreams and aspirations. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the sky was painted with hues of orange and pink, MEI and Lynn stepped back to admire their masterpiece. It was more than just a painting, it was a reflection of their shared journey and the bond they had formed through their love of art. From that day on, MEI took Lynn under her wing, teaching her the secrets of the Zen stroke brush and guiding her on her own path to mastery. And as they painted together, their canvases filled with scenes of beauty and wonder, they discovered that life itself was the greatest masterpiece of all, a canvas waiting to be painted with love, kindness, and the wisdom of the heart. In a meadow where wildflowers swayed and butterflies danced, there was a magical phenomenon that occurred every morning, the arrival of the tranquil morning dew, as the first light of dawn painted the sky with hues of pink and gold. Delicate droplets of dew formed on the petals of the flowers, glistening like tiny diamonds in the morning sun. Among the flowers in the meadow lived a young sprout named Willow. Willow had always admired the tranquil morning dew, fascinated by its ability to transform the world around it and bring new life to the meadow each day. One morning, as the tranquil morning dew settled gently upon the petals of the flowers, Willow felt a sense of excitement stirring within her. She longed to experience the magic of the dew firsthand and set out on a journey to find it. With each step she took, Willow marveled at the beauty of the meadow, taking in the sights and sounds of the awakening world around her. She felt a sense of wonder and possibility, knowing that each new day brought with it the promise of a fresh start. As Willow wandered deeper into the meadow, she encountered creatures of all shapes and sizes, from buzzing bees to chirping crickets, each one going about their morning routines with purpose and determination. Inspired by their energy, Willow felt a renewed sense of purpose fill her heart. Finally, as the sun rose high in the sky and the meadow was bathed in golden light, Willow stumbled upon a patch of flowers shimmering with the tranquil morning dew. With wide eyes and a joyful heart, she watched as the dewdrops danced upon the petals, sparkling like stars in the morning sky. In that moment, Willow realized that the tranquil morning dew was more than just a magical phenomenon. It was a symbol of hope and renewal, a reminder that each new day offered the opportunity for growth and transformation. With a newfound sense of clarity, Willow returned to her spot in the meadow, ready to embrace the day ahead with courage and determination. As the tranquil morning dew continued to work its magic around her, she knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, she would face them with grace and resilience. And as she watched the sun set on another day in the meadow, Willow felt a sense of gratitude wash over her. For in the gentle embrace of the tranquil morning dew, she had found not only the beauty of a new day, but the strength to embrace each moment with open arms and a hopeful heart. In a dense forest, where the trees stood tall and the leaves whispered secrets to the wind, there lived a wise old owl named Oliver. Oliver was known far and wide for his boundless wisdom and insatiable thirst for knowledge. His keen eyes could pierce through the darkness of night, and his hoot echoed through the treetops, a beacon of wisdom in the wilderness. One day, as the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars began to twinkle in the night sky, a young squirrel named Sammy approached Oliver's tree. Curious and eager to learn, Sammy sought out the wise old owl, hoping to gain some insight into the mysteries of the world. Oliver greeted Sammy with a gentle hoot and invited him to sit beside him in the branches of the tree. With a twinkle in his eye, he shared tales of his many adventures and the knowledge he had gained along the way. "But how did you become so wise, Oliver?" Sammy asked, his eyes wide with wonder. Oliver chuckled softly and replied, "Oh, my dear friend, wisdom is not something that can be acquired in a single moment. It is a lifelong journey, filled with curiosity, exploration, and a willingness to learn from every experience. Inspired by Oliver's words, Sammy set out on a quest to seek knowledge wherever he could find it. He listened intently to the whispers of the wind, learned from the songs of the birds, and observed the patterns of the stars in the night sky. With each passing day, Sammy's understanding of the world grew, and he found joy in the pursuit of knowledge. He sought out the wisdom of the wise old owl, but he also learned from the creatures of the forest, from the ants that worked tirelessly to build their nests to the flowers that turned their faces towards the sun. As the seasons changed and the years passed, Sammy grew into a wise and knowledgeable squirrel, respected by all who knew him. And though he had learned much on his journey, he knew that there was always more to discover, for the pursuit of knowledge was a never-ending adventure, filled with wonder and possibility. And so, under the watchful gaze of the wise old owl, Sammy continued his quest for knowledge, seeking wisdom in every corner of the world and finding joy in the journey itself. For he knew that true wisdom lay not in the destination, but in the endless pursuit of understanding and the willingness to seek knowledge everywhere. In a cozy village nestled amidst rolling hills and golden fields, there was a tradition that brought joy to all who partook in it, the joyful harvest feast. This annual celebration marked the end of the harvest season, a time when the villagers came together to share their abundance with others. As the leaves turned from green to gold and the air filled with the scent of ripened fruits and vegetables, the villagers busied themselves preparing for the feast. They gathered in the fields, harvesting crops of corn, pumpkins, and apples, their laughter mingling with the rustle of leaves and the chirping of birds. Among the villagers was a kind-hearted baker named Mia. Mia's bakery was famous throughout the land for its delicious pies, made with the freshest ingredients from the harvest. But Mia's greatest joy came not from baking pies, but from sharing them with others. On the day of the joyful harvest feast, Mia worked tirelessly in her kitchen, rolling out dough and filling pies with sweet fruits and savory vegetables. The aroma of freshly baked pies filled the air, drawing villagers from far and wide to her bakery. But Mia didn't keep her pies for herself. Instead, she loaded them onto a cart and wheeled them to the village square, where the feast was set to take place. There, she joined her neighbors in laying out tables adorned with colorful tablecloths and bountiful displays of food. As the villagers gathered around the tables, their faces lit up with excitement and anticipation. They feasted on roasted vegetables, hearty stews, and freshly baked bread, their plates overflowing with the fruits of the harvest. But it was Mia's pies that stole the show, each one a masterpiece of flavor and texture, crafted with love and care. As the villagers savored every bite, they couldn't help but smile, their hearts warmed by Mia's generosity and the spirit of community that filled the air. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars twinkled overhead, the villagers lingered in the square, savoring the last moments of the feast. They laughed and danced, their spirits lifted by the joy of sharing abundance with others. And as they bid farewell to another harvest season, they knew that the true meaning of the joyful harvest feast lay not just in the food they shared, but in the bonds of friendship and the spirit of generosity that united them as one community, one family, under the golden glow of the harvest moon. In the heart of a lush forest, where the trees whispered secrets to the wind and the flowers danced in the sunlight, there flowed a cheerful brook known as the Laughing Brook. Its waters bubbled and gurgled with joy, spreading merriment throughout the woodland. The Laughing Brook was not just an ordinary stream. It possessed a magical quality that filled all who encountered it with laughter and happiness. Animals of all kinds would gather along its banks, drawn by the infectious mirth that emanated from its sparkling waters. One sunny morning, as the birds sang sweet melodies and the butterflies flitted among the wildflowers, a curious rabbit named Jasper stumbled upon the Laughing Brook. Jasper had never heard of such a merry stream and was intrigued by its jovial demeanor. As Jasper approached the Laughing Brook, he couldn't help but smile at the sight of its playful splashes and joyful ripples. With a twinkle in his eye, he dipped his paw into the cool water, feeling its refreshing touch against his fur. To Jasper's surprise, the laughing brook responded with a mischievous giggle, sending tiny droplets dancing into the air. Delighted by the unexpected encounter, Jasper laughed along with the brook, his laughter mingling with its own. From that day on, Jasper became a regular visitor to the laughing brook, finding solace and joy in its cheerful presence. He would spend hours playing along its banks, chasing dragonflies and splashing in its sparkling waters, his laughter echoing through the forest. As word of Jasper's newfound friendship with the laughing brook spread throughout the woodland, other animals began to join in the fun. Squirrels scampered along the branches, their tails twitching with excitement, while deer paused to drink from the brook's clear waters, their eyes twinkling with mirth. Together, the animals of the forest reveled in the joy of the laughing brook, finding laughter at every turn and spreading happiness wherever they went. And as the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, the laughing brook continued to flow with unabated merriment, a symbol of the joy that could be found in the simple pleasures of life. And though Jasper eventually grew old and passed on, his laughter lingered on the banks of the laughing brook, a testament to the enduring spirit of friendship and joy that had blossomed in its cheerful waters. And so, the laughing brook remained a beloved treasure of the forest, its laughter a reminder to all who encountered it to find joy in every moment and laughter at every turn. In the heart of a serene valley, nestled between towering mountains and lush forests, there stood a tranquil monastery. Its graceful spires reached towards the sky, while its peaceful gardens bloomed with vibrant flowers and fragrant herbs. Within the walls of the monastery lived a wise monk named Master Li. Master Li was renowned for his deep understanding of the world and his unwavering commitment to inner peace. He spent his days in quiet meditation, seeking harmony with the universe and guiding others on their own paths to enlightenment. One day, a troubled young traveler named Maya stumbled upon the monastery, her heart heavy with the burdens of the world. Seeking solace, she sought out Master Li, hoping to find answers to the questions that weighed upon her soul. Master Li welcomed Maya with open arms, sensing the turmoil that raged within her. He led her to a tranquil garden at the heart of the monastery, where the gentle murmur of a nearby stream and the rustling of leaves in the breeze filled the air with a sense of serenity. As Maya sat beside Master Li, he spoke softly, his voice like a soothing melody that calmed her restless mind. He taught her the art of mindfulness, showing her how to quiet her thoughts and find peace within the present moment. With each passing day, Maya immersed herself in the teachings of Master Li, learning to let go of her worries and fears and embrace the tranquility that surrounded her. She tended to the monastery gardens with care, finding joy in the simple act of nurturing life. As the weeks turned into months, Maya's heart grew lighter, and her spirit soared with newfound freedom. She realized that true inner peace could not be found in the external world but must be cultivated from within, like a seed planted in fertile soil. With Master Li as her guide, Maya embarked on a journey of self-discovery, exploring the depths of her own consciousness and unlocking the secrets of the universe. She discovered that the key to inner peace lay in acceptance, gratitude, and love for oneself and for all beings. And as Maya stood beneath the stars one clear night, surrounded by the peaceful beauty of the monastery, she knew that she had found what she had been searching for all along, a sense of peace that transcended time and space, rooted in the eternal wisdom of the universe. From that day on, Maya became a beloved member of the monastery community, sharing the teachings of Master Li with others who sought solace and guidance on their own paths to inner peace. And though she would always be a traveler at heart, her journey had led her home to the tranquil monastery, where the spirit of peace and enlightenment dwelled within every heart and every soul. In the crystal-clear waters of a shimmering sea, there lived a compassionate dolphin named Luna. Luna's heart was as vast as the ocean itself, filled with empathy and kindness for all creatures great and small. One sunny day, while frolicking among the waves, Luna noticed a turtle struggling to swim against the current. The turtle's shell was tangled in discarded fishing nets, and it thrashed helplessly in the water. Without hesitation, Luna swam to the turtle's side, her gentle eyes filled with concern. With nimble fins, she carefully untangled the nets, freeing the turtle from its snare. The grateful turtle paddled away, its heart filled with gratitude for Luna's kindness. Word of Luna's compassion spread throughout the sea, and creatures from far and wide sought her help in times of need. She rescued stranded fish, guided lost seahorses back to their families, and comforted injured seals with her soothing presence. But Luna's greatest challenge came one stormy night when a pod of whales became stranded in a treacherous cove. The waves crashed against the rocky cliffs, and the cries of the distressed whales echoed through the darkness. Undeterred by the raging storm, Luna sprang into action. With determination in her heart, she led the whales to safety, guiding them through the treacherous waters with her keen sense of direction and unwavering courage. As the storm clouds parted and the sea calmed once more, the grateful whales gathered around Luna, their massive forms towering over her like gentle giants. With tears of joy in their eyes, they thanked Luna for her bravery and compassion, knowing that without her guidance, they would have been lost forever. From that day on, Luna became known as the compassionate dolphin, a symbol of hope and kindness in the vast expanse of the sea. And though her adventures took her to distant shores and uncharted waters, she never forgot the importance of helping those in need and the difference that a single act of compassion could make in the lives of others. Once upon a time, on a sunny beach where the waves gently kissed the shore, there stood a Zen sandcastle, its towers reaching towards the endless sky. And like other sandcastles that were hastily built and quickly washed away by the tide, this sandcastle was crafted with patience and purpose. At the heart of the Zen sandcastle was a young boy named Kai. Kai had always been captivated by the art of sandcastle building, but he longed to create something more than just a temporary structure. He wanted to build a masterpiece that would stand the test of time. With a bucket and spade in hand, Kai set to work, carefully shaping each grain of sand with precision and care. He worked slowly, allowing the sandcastle to take shape organically, like a sculptor shaping clay into a work of art. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars twinkled overhead, Kai continued to build, his focus unwavering. He added intricate details to the sandcastle, carving delicate patterns into the walls and decorating the towers with seashells and driftwood. Day after day, Kai returned to the beach, his determination unwavering. With each passing hour, the Zen sandcastle grew taller and more majestic, its beauty a testament to Kai's patience and perseverance. But one stormy night, as dark clouds gathered on the horizon and the wind howled through the dunes, Kai feared that his beloved sandcastle would be washed away by the raging sea. He watched helplessly as the waves crashed against the shore, threatening to destroy all that he had worked so hard to create. Just when all seemed lost, a wise old turtle named Taro appeared from the depths of the ocean. With a calm and steady voice, Taro reminded Kai of the importance of patience and resilience in the face of adversity. "Dear Kai," Taro whispered, "just as the waves shape the shore, so too do the challenges we face shape our character. Embrace the ebb and flow of life, and remember that true strength lies in your ability to rebuild and adapt." With renewed determination, Kai vowed to protect his sandcastle from the fury of the storm. He reinforced the walls and fortified the towers, his hands working tirelessly against the relentless onslaught of the waves. And when the storm finally passed and the sun rose once more, Kai stood proudly beside the Zen sandcastle, its towers still standing tall against the azure sky. Though weathered and worn by the storm, the sandcastle remained a symbol of Kai's resilience and unwavering spirit. From that day on, the Zen sandcastle became a beacon of inspiration for all who visited the beach, a reminder that with patience, perseverance, and a steadfast belief in one's dreams, anything is possible. And though the tides may rise and fall, the spirit of the sandcastle and the lessons learned from its creation would endure for generations to come. In a corner of the world where the mountains kissed the sky and the rivers sang sweet melodies, there lay a forest unlike any other. This was the Whispering Pine Forest, a place of serene beauty and tranquil whispers. Within the depths of the Whispering Pine Forest stood a wise old pine tree named Atlas, with roots that stretched deep into the earth and branches that reached towards the heavens. Atlas was the guardian of the forest, its silent sentinel of peace and serenity. As the sun dipped below the horizon and the stars emerged one by one, the Whispering Pine Forest came alive with a symphony of whispers. The pine trees swayed gently in the breeze, their needles rustling softly as if sharing secrets with the night. One moonlit night, a young fox named Finn ventured into the Whispering Pine Forest in search of solace. Troubled by the worries of the world, he longed to find peace amidst the tranquil whispers of the trees. Guided by the soft glow of fireflies, Finn stumbled upon Atlas, the wise old pine tree. Sensing his distress, Atlas beckoned Finn closer, his voice a gentle breeze that stirred the air. "Fear not, young one," Atlas whispered, his voice as soothing as a lullaby. In the heart of the Whispering Pine Forest, you will find the secrets of serenity. With Atlas as his guide, Finn embarked on a journey of self-discovery through the Whispering Pine Forest. He listened to the whispers of the trees, each one sharing its own wisdom and insight. He felt the cool earth beneath his paws and the gentle touch of the wind upon his fur, finding solace in the embrace of nature. As the night wore on, Finn's worries began to melt away, replaced by a sense of peace and contentment. He realized that true serenity could be found not in the chaos of the outside world, but in the quiet moments of reflection and connection with the world around him. With the dawn of a new day, Finn emerged from the Whispering Pine Forest, his heart light and his spirit renewed. He carried with him the secrets of serenity that he had discovered within its depths, knowing that no matter what challenges lay ahead, he could always find solace in the whispers of the trees. And as he journeyed home, guided by the gentle whispers of the Whispering Pine Forest, Finn knew that he would carry its secrets with him always, a reminder of the peace and tranquility that could be found in the quiet embrace of nature's serenity. In the vast expanse of the sky, where the sun painted hues of gold and pink upon the horizon, there floated a contented cloud named Cotton. And like other clouds that rushed and rumbled across the heavens, Cotton drifted with a sense of purpose and tranquility. Each day, as the sun rose to greet the world, Cotton would awaken from its slumber and begin its journey across the sky. With each gentle breeze, it would glide gracefully, casting a soft shadow upon the earth below. One day, as Cotton floated high above a bustling town, it noticed a young girl named Emily gazing up at the sky with wonder in her eyes. Emily had always dreamed of reaching for the stars, but she felt tethered to the ground by the weight of her worries and fears. Sensing Emily's longing, Cotton drifted closer, its form taking on the shape of a wise old owl. With a soft voice like a gentle breeze, it spoke to Emily, offering words of encouragement and guidance. "Dear Emily," Cotton whispered, "just as I drift with purpose across the sky, so too must you find your own path in life. Trust in the journey, and you will find the courage to soar to new heights." Inspired by Cotton's wisdom, Emily felt a newfound sense of determination stirring within her. With a smile on her face and a lightness in her heart, she set out to pursue her dreams, knowing that with each step she took, she was drifting closer to her true purpose. As the days turned into weeks and the weeks into months, Emily's journey led her to new adventures and discoveries. She faced challenges along the way, but she never lost sight of the wisdom imparted by the contented cloud that had guided her on her path. And as Cotton continued to drift across the sky, casting its shadow upon the earth below, it watched with pride as Emily blossomed into the person she was meant to be, a shining example of what could be achieved when one drifted with purpose and embraced the journey of life with an open heart. From that day on, the contented cloud and the courageous girl shared a special bond, their spirits intertwined like wisps of mist in the sky. And though their paths may have diverged, they would always be connected by the lessons learned and the dreams shared beneath the vast expanse of the heavens. In a tranquil grove where sunlight filtered through the emerald leaves and the air was alive with the chatter of birds, there lived a wise old squirrel named Sage. Sage was known throughout the forest for his keen wit and his knack for planning ahead. One crisp autumn day, as the leaves began to turn golden and the air grew chilly, Sage set out on a mission. With determination in his heart, he scurried from tree to tree, gathering acorns with meticulous care. While other animals enjoyed the bounty of the season, Sage worked tirelessly, his eyes fixed on the future. As winter descended upon the forest with its icy grip, Sage retreated to his cozy burrow, where he began to carefully store his hoard of acorns. Each acorn was sorted and stacked with precision, forming a vast treasure trove that would sustain him through the cold months ahead. But Sage's foresight did not go unnoticed. One day, as he ventured out to gather more acorns, he encountered a young squirrel named Willow. Willow watched in awe as Sage worked, her eyes wide with curiosity. "Why do you gather so many acorns, Sage?" she asked, her voice filled with wonder. Sage paused for a moment, his gaze softening. "I gather them for the future, my dear Willow," he replied. "Winter may be harsh, but with enough foresight and planning, we can ensure that we have enough to eat and to share with others in need." Intrigued by Sage's wisdom, Willow joined him in gathering acorns, eager to learn from the wise old squirrel. Together, they worked side by side, their laughter mingling with the rustle of leaves as they filled their baskets with nature's bounty. As the days grew colder and the snow began to fall, Sage and Willow retreated to the warmth of Sage's burrow. There, they feasted on the acorns that Sage had so carefully hoarded, sharing stories and laughter as they huddled together by the fire. But Sage's hoard was not just for himself and Willow. Throughout the winter months, he shared his acorns with other creatures in need, offering them warmth and sustenance in the darkest of times. And as spring arrived, and the forest burst into bloom once more, Sage's generosity and foresight were celebrated by all. From that day on, Sage's hoard became a symbol of wisdom and kindness in the forest, a reminder that with careful planning and a generous heart, we can build a future filled with abundance and joy. And though the seasons may change and the winds may shift, the lessons learned from the wise old squirrel's hoard would endure for generations to come. Once upon a time, in a quaint village nestled amidst rolling hills and golden fields, there lived a group of farmers who toiled tirelessly under the watchful gaze of the joyful harvest moon. This special moon, which rose high in the sky during the harvest season, brought with it a sense of joy and abundance. Among the farmers was a young girl named Lily. Despite her tender age, Lily possessed a heart full of determination and a spirit as bright as the moon itself. From dawn till dusk, she worked alongside her family, sowing seeds and tending to the crops with unwavering dedication. As the months passed and the seasons changed, the village flourished under the gentle glow of the joyful harvest moon. The fields burst forth with a bountiful harvest, their golden hues stretching as far as the eye could see. And amidst the bustling activity of the harvest, Lily found herself filled with a sense of pride and accomplishment. One crisp autumn evening, as the villagers gathered to celebrate the fruits of their labor, the joyful harvest moon rose high in the sky, casting its radiant light upon the festivities below. The air was filled with laughter and music, the scent of freshly baked bread mingling with the aroma of ripe fruits and vegetables. As Lily danced beneath the moonlit sky, she felt a sense of gratitude wash over her. She realized that the abundance surrounding her was not merely the result of her hard work, but also of the love and care she had poured into the land. Suddenly, a voice called out from the crowd. It was the village elder, a wise old farmer named Isaac. With a twinkle in his eye, he addressed the gathered villagers, speaking of the importance of reaping what one sows. Tonight, as we celebrate the harvest, Isaac proclaimed, let us remember that the seeds we plant today will determine the abundance of tomorrow. May we sow kindness, generosity, and love, so that we may reap a harvest of joy and fulfillment in the days to come. Moved by Isaac's words, Lily looked up at the joyful harvest moon with renewed determination. She knew that the seeds she planted today, not just in the soil, but in the hearts of those around her, would shape the future of the village for generations to come. And as she danced beneath the moon's radiant glow, surrounded by the laughter and love of her fellow villagers, Lily realized that true abundance could be found not just in the harvest of the fields, but in the harvest of the heart. For it was in giving of oneself that one truly reaped the greatest rewards of the joy of a life well lived, nurtured by love, kindness, and the light of the joyful harvest moon. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and meandering streams, there existed a tradition as old as time itself, the Zen Lantern Festival. Every year, as the summer sun dipped below the horizon and the stars painted the sky, the villagers would come together to celebrate with lanterns aglow. Among the villagers lived a young girl named Emei. Emei had always been captivated by the magic of the Lantern Festival, eagerly anticipating the day when she would join in the festivities. This year, she was determined to make her own lantern and take part in the celebration. With determination in her heart, Emei set to work, gathering bamboo sticks and delicate rice paper. With each careful fold and precise stitch, she crafted a lantern unlike any other, a masterpiece of beauty and craftsmanship. As the day of the festival arrived, Emei joined her fellow villagers in the town square, her lantern held high above her head. The air was filled with excitement as lanterns of all shapes and sizes were lit, casting a warm glow upon the faces of the villagers. But as Emei watched the lanterns dance in the night sky, she felt a sense of unease. Amidst the hustle and bustle of the festival, she longed for something more, of a deeper connection to the true spirit of the celebration. Seeking solace, Emei wandered away from the crowds, following the gentle glow of her lantern into the heart of the forest. There, beneath the canopy of trees, she found herself enveloped in a sense of peace and tranquility. With a flick of her wrist, Emei released her lantern into the night sky, watching as it soared higher and higher, its light illuminating the darkness with a sense of serenity and grace. In that moment, Emei understood the true meaning of the Zen Lantern Festival, not just a celebration of light, but a celebration of inner peace and harmony. As Emei made her way back to the village, she carried with her the lessons learned from her solitary journey, that true happiness could be found not in the hustle and bustle of the outside world, but in the quiet moments of reflection and connection with the world around her. From that day on, Emei became known as the guardian of the Zen Lantern Festival, a symbol of the festival's true essence, a beacon of light and hope in a world filled with darkness. And as the lanterns continued to light up the night sky year after year, Mei's spirit lived on, reminding the villagers of the importance of finding peace and serenity amidst the chaos of life. In a peaceful pond nestled at the edge of a lush forest, there bloomed a solitary water lily unlike any other. This was the reflective pond lily, known for its understated beauty and quiet elegance. While other flowers in the pond boasted vibrant colors and intricate petals, the reflective pond lily shone with a simple purity. Its petals, a delicate shade of white, unfurled gracefully upon the surface of the water, their gentle curves mirroring the tranquility of the pond. Day after day, the reflective pond lily basked in the warm sunlight, its petals shimmering like pearls upon the water's surface. It watched as dragonflies flitted above, their iridescent wings catching the light, and as fish darted beneath the surface, their scales glinting like jewels. But amidst the flurry of activity in the pond, the reflective pond lily remained a beacon of serenity. It knew that true beauty lay not in flashy displays or elaborate adornments, but in the quiet strength and simplicity of its own existence. One day, a curious frog named Freddy hopped upon the lily pad where the reflective pond lily resided. He marveled at the flower's pristine petals and its tranquil demeanor, finding himself drawn to its understated beauty. "Why do you not boast the vibrant colors of the other flowers, dear lily?" Freddy asked, his voice filled with wonder. The reflective pond lily smiled softly, its petals gleaming in the sunlight. "I may not possess the flashy hues of my companions," it replied, "but I believe that true beauty lies in simplicity, in embracing who we are and finding contentment in the quiet moments of life." Freddy pondered the lily's words, realizing the wisdom in its simplicity. He understood that beauty came in many forms, in the vibrant colors of a rainbow, in the intricate patterns of a butterfly's wings, and in the quiet grace of a solitary water lily. From that day on, Freddie visited the reflective pond lily often, finding solace in its quiet presence and gentle wisdom. Together, they watched as the seasons changed and the pond transformed, finding beauty in each moment, no matter how simple or fleeting. And as the years passed, the reflective pond lily continued to bloom in the pond, a symbol of the beauty that could be found in embracing simplicity and finding contentment in the quiet moments of life. And though it may have been just a solitary flower in a vast pond, its presence brought light and joy to all who beheld its quiet elegance. Deep within the heart of a bustling forest, where the trees stood tall and the underbrush thick with life, there lay a hidden gem known as the tranquil forest clearing. This serene oasis was a sanctuary of calm amidst the chaos of the forest, a place where creatures sought solace and peace. In the midst of the tranquil forest clearing stood a majestic oak tree, its branches stretching towards the sky like outstretched arms. Beneath its canopy, a soft carpet of moss invited weary travelers to rest and rejuvenate. One day, amidst the hustle and bustle of the forest, a young rabbit named Rosie found herself lost in the maze of trees and tangled vines. Panicked and disoriented, she stumbled upon the tranquil forest clearing, her heart racing with fear. As Rosie entered the clearing, she felt a sense of calm wash over her. The gentle rustle of leaves and the distant chirping of birds seemed to soothe her troubled mind. She settled beneath the shade of the oak tree, closing her eyes and breathing in the earthy scent of the forest. In the stillness of the clearing, Rosie found clarity. She realized that in her haste to navigate the chaos of the forest, she had lost sight of what truly mattered, finding peace within herself. With each breath, she let go of her worries and fears, allowing herself to be enveloped by the tranquility of the clearing. As Rosie sat in quiet contemplation, a wise old owl named Oliver landed beside her. With a knowing gaze, he spoke softly, "In the midst of chaos, there is always stillness to be found. It is in these moments of quiet reflection that we discover the strength and wisdom within ourselves." Inspired by Oliver's words, Rosie embraced the stillness of the clearing. She listened to the gentle whisper of the wind and the rhythmic beat of her own heart, finding comfort in the simple act of being present. With renewed courage and clarity, Rosie bid farewell to the tranquil forest clearing and set off once more into the forest. Though the path ahead was uncertain, she carried with her the peace and stillness she had found in the clearing, knowing that no matter how chaotic life may become, she could always return to find solace amidst the tranquility of nature. And so, the tranquil forest clearing remained a beacon of peace and serenity in the heart of the bustling forest. A reminder to all who sought refuge within its embrace that amidst the chaos of life, there is always stillness to be found. In a sun-kissed meadow, where wildflowers swayed in the breeze and the air hummed with the melody of nature, there stood a serene beehive unlike any other. This was the Zen beehive, where bees worked together in perfect harmony under the guidance of their wise queen, Bella. Bella was not just any queen bee, she was known for her gentle wisdom and unwavering calmness. Under her leadership, the bees of the Zen beehive lived in harmony, each knowing their role and working together for the greater good of the hive. One sunny morning, as the bees went about their tasks, a newcomer named Buzz arrived at the hive. Buzz was eager to prove himself and quickly set about buzzing from flower to flower, collecting nectar with unmatched speed and vigor. But Buzz's frenzied energy soon disrupted the tranquility of the hive. His hurried movements caused chaos among the other bees, and their once harmonious rhythm was thrown into disarray. Concerned, Bella called for a meeting to address the situation. Gathering the bees together, Bella spoke with gentle authority. She reminded them of the importance of working together in harmony, like the notes of a beautiful melody coming together to create a symphony of life. She explained that while Buzz's enthusiasm was admirable, it needed to be balanced with patience and cooperation. Realizing the truth in Bella's words, Buzz took a moment to reflect. He realized that by rushing through his tasks, he was not only causing chaos but also missing out on the joy of working together with his fellow bees. With newfound understanding, Buzz pledged to embrace the spirit of harmony and cooperation. Together, the bees of the Zen beehive devised a plan. They assigned tasks based on each bee's strengths and worked together with a sense of purpose and unity. Buzz, now mindful of his actions, slowed down and took the time to listen to the gentle hum of his companions. As days turned into weeks, the Zen beehive flourished once more. The bees moved with grace and precision, their actions guided by the wisdom of their queen and the spirit of cooperation. And as they buzzed among the flowers, collecting nectar and pollinating the meadow, their harmonious presence brought joy and vitality to the world around them. From that day on, the Zen beehive became a symbol of working together in harmony, a testament to the power of cooperation and unity. And though challenges would arise, the bees knew that as long as they worked together with a spirit of understanding and respect, they could overcome anything that came their way. In a peaceful valley where the river flowed gently and the wildflowers danced in the breeze, there lived a small pebble named Peter. Peter was content to sit by the riverbank, watching the world go by and listening to the soothing melody of the water. One day, as Peter lay basking in the warmth of the sun, he noticed something peculiar in the river's reflection. It wasn't his own reflection staring back at him but that of a shiny stone beside him. Curious, Peter leaned closer and peered into the water. To his surprise, the shiny stone was not a stone at all but a fellow pebble named Penelope. Penelope shared Peter's smooth surface and earthy hue, but unlike him, she was polished to a shine by the constant flow of the river. Intrigued by Penelope's reflection, Peter struck up a conversation. As they talked, Peter discovered that he and Penelope had much in common. They both enjoyed the simple pleasures of basking in the sun and listening to the river's song. They shared stories of their adventures and dreams for the future. But despite their similarities, Peter couldn't help but feel envious of Penelope's shiny exterior. He longed to sparkle like her and catch the sunlight in the same dazzling way. Sensing Peter's sadness, Penelope gently reminded him that beauty comes in many forms. "You may not shine like me, Peter," she said with a warm smile, "but your strength lies in your uniqueness. Your rough edges tell a story of resilience and character, qualities that make you truly special." Peter pondered Penelope's words, realizing that true beauty came from within. He may not have Penelope's polished exterior, but he had a kind heart and a spirit as strong as the river that flowed beside them. Inspired by Penelope's wisdom, Peter began to see himself in a new light. He embraced his rough edges and imperfections, knowing that they were a part of what made him who he was. And as he looked into the river's reflection once more, he saw not just himself but Penelope too, for they were reflections of each other's kindness and understanding. From that day on, Peter and Penelope became the best of friends, their bond strengthened by their shared experiences and mutual respect. Together, they learned the importance of seeing themselves in others and embracing the beauty of their differences. And as they sat by the riverbank, watching the sun dip below the horizon, Peter and Penelope knew that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would always find strength and comfort in each other's reflections. For in the quiet moments of self-reflection, they had discovered the true meaning of friendship and acceptance. In a quaint village nestled between rolling hills and babbling brooks, there once lived a little girl named Lily. Lily had a heart as pure as the morning dew and eyes that sparkled like the stars above. She loved nothing more than exploring the wonders of nature that surrounded her home. One summer, the village faced a drought that threatened to parch the fields and wither the crops. The villagers grew anxious as the days passed without a drop of rain. But Lily remained hopeful, for she believed in the magic of nature and the power of kindness. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, Lily whispered a heartfelt prayer to the sky. She wished for rain to quench the thirsty earth and bring new life to the land. Moved by her sincerity, The clouds stirred and a gentle rain began to fall. As the raindrops kissed the earth, a sense of renewal swept through the village. The parched fields drank greedily, and the wilting flowers lifted their heads once more. The villagers rejoiced, their spirits lifted by the nourishing touch of the gentle rain. But the rain did not stop there. It continued to fall, day after day, showering the village with its gentle embrace. With each passing shower, the land flourished, and new life blossomed in every corner. Inspired by the rain's nurturing touch, Lily decided to spread kindness wherever she went. She helped tend to the gardens, comforted those in need, and shared smiles with everyone she met. Her acts of kindness, like the gentle rain, nurtured growth and renewal in the hearts of those around her. As the seasons changed and the land flourished, the villagers came together to celebrate the bountiful harvest. They danced and sang beneath the starlit sky, grateful for the blessings bestowed upon them. And amidst the festivities, Lily stood at the heart of it all, her eyes shining with joy and gratitude. From that day on, the village remembered the summer of the gentle rain, a time when kindness and compassion had brought forth abundance and renewal. And though the rain eventually ceased, its legacy lived on in the hearts of the villagers, reminding them of the power of nurturing growth and spreading love. In the heart of a lush forest, where sunlight filtered through the emerald leaves and a gentle breeze whispered secrets among the branches, there lived a songbird named Melody. Melody was not like the other birds in the forest. While they sang songs of the day's events and the beauty of nature, Melody sang from her heart. Every morning, as the first light painted the sky in hues of pink and gold, Melody perched atop a swaying branch and began to sing. Her voice, pure and sweet, filled the forest with melodies that stirred the soul and touched the hearts of all who listened. But Melody's songs were not just for pleasure. They carried messages of hope, love, and kindness, weaving tales of courage and resilience that inspired all who heard them. Her music brought comfort to the weary, joy to the sorrowful, and hope to the despondent. One day, as Melody sang her morning song, she noticed a family of rabbits huddled beneath a thicket, their ears drooping with sadness. Curious, Melody flew down to investigate. The rabbits explained that their burrow had collapsed in the night, leaving them homeless and afraid. Touched by their plight, Melody sang a gentle lullaby, her soothing voice wrapping around the rabbits like a warm embrace. With each note, their fears melted away, replaced by a sense of peace and calm. Inspired by Melody's kindness, the rabbits found the strength to rebuild their burrow, stronger and safer than before. Word of Melody's deeds spread throughout the forest, and animals from far and wide came to seek solace in her songs. She sang for the lost and the lonely, the sick and the wounded, offering them comfort and healing with her melodies. But Melody's greatest challenge came when a fierce storm swept through the forest, leaving destruction in its wake. Trees were uprooted, rivers overflowed, and the once vibrant landscape lay in ruins. Determined to bring hope to the devastated forest, Melody spread her wings and soared into the storm. With each powerful gust of wind and crash of thunder, Melody sang louder and stronger, her voice cutting through the chaos like a beacon of light. Her songs of resilience and renewal lifted the spirits of the forest's inhabitants, inspiring them to join together and rebuild their home. And as the storm clouds finally parted and the sun emerged once more, the forest echoed with the melodies of gratitude and triumph. For in the darkest of times, the melodious songbird had taught them that even in the face of adversity, the power of music and kindness could triumph over despair. From that day on, Melody's songs were cherished by all who heard them, a reminder of the beauty that could be found in singing from the heart. And though she may have been just a small bird in a vast forest, Melody's voice resonated far and wide, bringing light and love to all who listened. In the bustling forest of whispering oaks, where the leaves sang and the streams giggled, lived an ant named Avery. Avery was no ordinary ant. While others in his colony scurried about, focused on their own tasks, Avery had a heart as big as the sky above and dreams as vast as the horizon. One sunny morning, as Avery was gathering crumbs for his colony, he overheard a conversation between two squirrels. They spoke of a great drought that threatened to dry up all the water sources in the forest. Avery's heart sank with worrying for his fellow creatures. Determined to help, Avery embarked on a journey. He traveled through thickets and over hills, his small legs carrying him tirelessly. Along the way, he encountered various animals, each struggling with the effects of the drought. But Avery didn't lose hope. He knew that even the smallest creature could make a difference. As Avery pressed on, he stumbled upon a withering flower. Its petals drooped sadly. Longing for a sip of water, Avery didn't hesitate. With all his strength, he pushed a nearby pebble, creating a small channel that directed a trickle of water to the flower's roots. The flower's petals lifted, and it bloomed once more, radiating beauty and gratitude. Word of Avery's kindness spread throughout the forest, inspiring other creatures to join his cause. Together, they dug trenches, collected rainwater, and shared what little they had with those in need. Each small act of kindness rippled through the forest, bringing hope and renewal. Finally, after days of hard work, Avery reached the heart of the forest where a grand oak tree stood tall and proud. Beneath its shade, a crystal-clear spring emerged, its waters flowing freely once more. The animals rejoiced, their spirits lifted by Avery's unwavering determination. From that day on, Avery was known as the humble ant, revered by all who knew his story. Though he was small, his impact was immeasurable. Through his kindness and selflessness, he had reminded the forest that even the tiniest creature could make a difference. And so, the tale of the humble ant's journey echoed through whispering oaks, a testament to the power of small steps and the immense impact they could have on the world. Once in a vibrant meadow where wildflowers danced in the breeze and the sun painted the sky with its golden rays, there lived a caterpillar named Clara. Clara was a curious caterpillar, always eager to explore and learn about the world around her. One day, as Clara nibbled on a leaf, she overheard the gentle whispers of the breeze. It spoke of a marvelous transformation that awaited her, a transformation that would change her life forever. Intrigued, Clara listened intently, her heart aflutter with anticipation. As days turned into weeks, Clara felt a strange sensation stirring within her. Her body grew heavy, and she found herself weaving a silky cocoon around herself. Inside the cozy embrace of her cocoon, Clara surrendered to the mysterious process of transformation. Weeks passed, and Clara emerged from her cocoon with newfound wings adorned in hues of azure and amethyst. She had transformed into a beautiful butterfly, her once earthbound existence now lifted by the gentle currents of the wind. With her wings unfurled, Clara took flight, soaring high above the meadow. She danced among the flowers, her graceful movements painting the air with beauty and joy. Each flutter of her wings whispered tales of transformation and the magic of embracing change. As Clara explored the world beyond the meadow, she encountered other creatures undergoing their own transformations. She met a young sapling reaching for the sky, its roots stretching deep into the earth. She met a fledgling learning to spread its wings and take flight for the first time. With each encounter, Clara shared her wisdom, teaching others to embrace the changes life brought forth. She showed them that transformation was not to be feared but embraced, for it was the catalyst for growth and the key to unlocking one's true potential. And so, the fluttering butterfly became a symbol of transformation and renewal, inspiring all who crossed her path to embrace the ever-changing journey of life. For in the dance of transformation, Clara had discovered the true essence of freedom and the boundless beauty of embracing change.